What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to some more Fire Emblem 3 Houses. I did a lot of stuff off camera, including one thing well, not there. Who has one? I believe, yeah, we got brave weapons, and if you aren't familiar with brave weapons, they're basically like gauntlets, where they allow a user to strike twice before the enemy can strike. Brave weapons are some of the best in Fire Emblem as far as, you know, standard weapons. Then you get to legendary weapons and stuff like that. So I've got all the brave weapons. I think someone has one of the four. I can only get one each, but we're here for the supports. So I want to save the A ranks of the house later. So why don't we go with oh yeah, sure.
Oh, Sedith! Good day to you, and farewell.
What's up?
Just a moment, Hilda. How are you feeling?
Sorry? Oh, fine. I'm doing just fine.
What's going on? What's with the song?
I'm glad to hear it. I had heard that you requested a substitute for your cleaning duty due to an illness.
Oh!
You really do know everything, Sedith.
Just prior to that, you also asked for someone to take your place with table setting. I believe that was due to a wrist injury. It was not too serious, I hope.
I'm wondering I'm glad we hadn't had Hilda's A rank, because that would imply that she's gotten over this, I think.
Ah, you heard about that. The wrist is all healed up, thank you.
I seem to recall also that you declined to participate in a mock battle. That was due to a headache, yes?
It's about time somebody caught on.
I have a very fragile body, you see?
Wow.
It's so kind of everyone to make accommodations.
Did that sound like Neptune to anybody else?
Indeed. It is a great friend who offers to help without complaint. See that you treasure such friends, and that you return the favor.
Of course. Well, then I should really be...
By the way...
Uh-oh.
Was there something else you wanted?
It so happens I am on my way to the chapel to offer my prayers. Would you care to join me?
Oh, I think I know where he's going with this.
Oh, no, I wouldn't want to intrude. I've already offered up all my prayers for the day.
Marvelous. We must always remember to give our thanks to the goddess.
Sedith thought you were on to her.
It is essential that we offer our prayers to her each day, that we reflect on our deeds and strive to live as she would want us to live.
Yeah, okay, yeah, he is.
For the goddess sees all that we say and do.
Yes, he is.
Oh,
I gotta remember, he is a father, so that would fit. And assuming Flame is as old as I think she is.
Now, if you will excuse me.
Of course. Goodbye now. How is Sedith so scary? It feels like he can see right through me.
He's lived a long time, I think.
I guess that's his way of saying stop being lazy.
Yeah.
I wish he'd just scold me outright.
No, I think that was much better.
This is precisely why I try to avoid him.
Much more effective. Wow, Sedith, I gotta take some notes. Impressive. I wish we had more. Who else is Leone? And that's probably the only other one I would go for. Whoa. I'm not doing Permadeath or Ingrid. If there's anything, I regret now that I'm having Mercedes's ranks with them, as long as they're older, you know? Oh, anyways. Maybe they won't turn out to be... Oh, those are A ranks. Nope. More A ranks. More A. Anybody else just got a non-A? Okay. Actually, this one fits since we just did their paralog.
Ah, Cyril. Cleaning again, I see.
Hilda, you're in the way. Move it.
I'm supposed to refill the horse's water troughs, but I can't find the buckets. I was told that they'd be in the usual place. What's the usual place?
Ha! She hasn't done it for so long, she doesn't know that.
Maybe you'd know where that is if you did your job sometime.
Yeah?
You know, Cyril, I don't want to interrupt you while you're cleaning, but
Come on, the buckets are over near the wall, where they always are, because I put them there.
Okay. Thanks for your help. You're pretty strong. I bet you're tired, though. Come on, let's rest a bit.
Okay, just for a minute, though. I got more work to do.
Careful, Cyril.
I'm not a fan of awkward silences. Anything interesting happen lately?
Figured you were the one with something to say. Quiet don't bother me.
Oh!
I need an interesting topic for this letter I'm writing to my brother. I'm stumped.
No, I thought he said it differently. I thought he was saying, quiet, do not bother me, you know, something like that. But there was no comma, so.
Your brother write to you a lot?
Not that you need a comma to understand somebody speaking, but.
Constantly. Yeah, he must be bored. He's always going on about how worried he is for me.
He's just concerned.
What's worse, if I take too long to reply, he gets more worried and writes more about it.
Write about your life, maybe. You know, stuff like, I got real lazy again today.
Well, call her out then.
Or maybe, can you believe I still don't know where they put the water buckets?
You're mean. Do you really think that little of me?
Well, I would think.
You're a lazy gal who gets people to do her work for her. I never knew anybody like that in Elmira.
That makes sense.
Oh, really? So Lady Rhea isn't the only difference between Fodlan and Elmira after all?
I don't like comparing Lady Rhea with you, but I figure you're right. You know what's real weird? Nobody seems to mind picking up your slack. Even me.
Well, she has a way of doing that.
Sorry, what was that?
Nothing worth repeating. Anyway, I gotta get back to work.
He's such a diligent boy. I don't think I've ever seen someone from Fodlan work that hard.
Perhaps, maybe.
Oh, hang on. I never got an idea from him about what to write in my letter. Ugh. I guess there's nothing for it. Maybe I can just write about Cyril.
Yo, okay. Yeah, I was thinking these supports, they wouldn't, since there were no S ranks, they wouldn't possibly get romantic, but I see so many signs. Alright, well then we'll continue with, or end off on Cyril's then.
This is unbelievable. Why? Why does it keep happening to me? What's wrong with me?
Are you okay?
I was sure I'd be happy this time. Why, oh why, oh why do I always struggle in love?
You know, this would be very interesting if you got an S rank with Manuela and she still had these. I wonder if someone's done that.
Please, let go of my sleeve.
Someone's definitely done that. Why am I even asking that question?
If I let go, you'll just run away, won't you?
Yes.
Nobody wants to listen to my romantic tragedy.
Well, I mean, when the stories all sound the same after a while.
But I saw you, Cyril, and I thought, Cyril will listen, because Cyril is good people.
That's interesting logic.
Okay, I surrender. What do you want to say?
And this fits now that he's older. If he was younger, it'd be like, Manuela, let him go.
I knew I could trust you, Cyril. You're such a good boy, such a good young man.
What you trying to say?
How can I help you? Is it just with listening?
Oh, it's a real tragedy. Let me tell you that.
I wonder if this only unlocks under his part 2. That would be interesting if some supports were like that, because like Seth, you only get him on the second, or no, the week where it's the last chapter, so you literally can't get any ranks with him in part 1. Well, that's not true. You could invite him to dinner and stuff.
Yesterday, I was hitting it off with a man I'd seen a few times at the pub. When I looked in his eyes, I thought he was the one. But then, well, we were drinking and enjoying ourselves, and all of a sudden, poof, gone. He just vanished.
I feel like I've heard this story before.
Right?
Can you believe he treated me so cruelly?
Yeah, this is all real familiar.
My heart is in tatters. I can't believe anyone could throw away a woman like me. Cyril, be honest. What's wrong with me?
You drink too much,
Oh.
blame others for your behavior,
Oh.
and you don't understand you gotta love yourself before someone else can love you back.
Wow, Cyril, impressive.
Maybe he wasn't for me anyway.
What?
If you're gonna take off after a few drinks, who needs you, right?
Manuela, he gave you some really good advice.
I think you're too young to understand, but I also think talking to you made me feel better.
Manuela.
Yeah. You know what, Cyril? I'm gonna come talk to you more often.
I would die. Man, Cyril, I'm impressed. Okay, then let's see what this is all about. Actually, I might complete his with Mercedes now. I do really feel like Cyril is a member of the Alliance. Flane, I know she'll be in all the routes. And plus, look at their... Like, look at Cyril's. He's got a list. All, like... Alliance, 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 Alliance. Not really Alliance. And I feel like Shamir is as well. Like, I can't show you their... I mean, but look again. Alliance, 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 Alliance. I feel like 4 is the most that the Church of Cyril's members will have. I mean, I do have non-Alliance members, and Shamir... Well, I mean, not that many. I mean... It's just Bernadetta, Annette, Mercedes, and Ingrid, the only females of the... I tried to get the others! Oh, anyways. I might finish this one off.
What's this? Well, if it isn't Cyril. How did he manage to fall asleep here? The warmth must have put him right down. He looks so cute when he's napping. I'll just keep reading. No need to disturb him.
Oh, he's... Well, he is in the library. That makes sense.
Good morning, Cyril. Did you sleep well?
Why is he in the library? He can't read.
What? Where?
It's Mercedes. I thought you'd remember my name by now.
Oh, sorry. I know it, but it's hard to say.
That's fair.
You're from Elmira, aren't you? I hope you haven't been uncomfortable here at the Academy.
Ah, it's great. I eat every day.
Were you not eating before you came here?
Every couple days, maybe. It was rough.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Are you hungry? You should eat up, to make up for all the meals you missed in the past.
She really is the most motherly, I feel. I mean, I certainly don't have anybody with that type of feeling in the Golden Deer House proper.
Okay. Thank you, Mammal.
Just call me Mercy. That's what my friends call me.
I only heard Annette call her that, but I imagine the Blue Lions, there's probably more.
Mercy. Mercy? Hey! Thanks, Mercy. Well, I had a good sleep, but there's work to do now. See ya.
It doesn't seem like he has very many friends here.
Well, debatable.
It's troubling, but I probably shouldn't pry.
Yeah, that's a nice one to do. But now that I'm so strict, like I'm gonna look at it as I'm getting to know them before I actually go in their house. Bernadetta and Ingrid, though. I mean, Ingrid has so many with... No, I'm continuing hers with Claude, so that's not even up for debate. Oh, and then we have one with Ignatz. That's the last non-A rank, so... I mean, I don't have to do it, but...
Oh my, Ignatz. You're in a hurry. Is something the matter?
The professor wants us to gather at the training grounds. Didn't you hear?
Of course I did. I'll head over in a bit.
Are you sure you want to wait? I can hear the professor calling.
What's wrong?
We're not needed until after the lunch hour. We have plenty of time.
Oh, I guess so. I was just panicking a bit. I wish I could be calm like you. How are you so unflappable?
Unflappable?
Well, rushing around doesn't help, does it?
That's a new one for me.
I mostly try to stay out of everyone's way. There's no point in overexerting yourself. Anything that needs doing will get done eventually.
That almost sounds like a Hilda line, which reminds me, I should continue their rank as well.
Huh. So that's the secret to happiness.
I suppose. But it's not nearly as philosophical as you make it sound.
Well, also debatable.
No, it's perfect. I feel like I don't quite fit in with other people.
What do you mean?
So in situations like this, where I have to talk to someone, I panic a little. Please, teach me how to be as calm and collected as you are.
That is true. Even in his A rank with Hilda, he still had that.
Honestly, Ignatz, you're making this out to be much bigger than it is. I mostly just don't pay attention.
I mean, well, I felt like you did with the person in our B rank, I think. He was an elderly man.
Being like me is more trouble than it's worth.
But you always seem so happy. I'm sorry.
There's no need to apologize. Come on, let's head to the training grounds. I may slow you down, though.
Oh my goodness, she will walk slowly.
All right. You don't have to rush. But I'm going to anyway. See you there.
Goodness, don't strain yourself.
All right. I may hold off on them till we get to the Blue Lions route, though. Maybe. We'll see. I mean, I got enough of the others, I think. Let's start with the A ranks. Ooh. Okay, guess we'll do Leonie's then.
Hey, got a minute?
Ah, Leonie. Are we to sharpen swords again?
No, I came to give you this handkerchief back. Sorry, I know I held on to it for a while.
Which, by the way, I still don't know who I'd say she ended up with. Oh, and I should mention, I uploaded episodes 63 and 64. The reveal, you guys loved them so much. And I got some really nice comments. It doesn't matter to me how many views this get. Well, I mean, it matters to the point of, like, if it got bigger. Of course, I love it. But just having you guys comment and interacting, and that's all I need. So I just want to say, when you hear my voice, thank you all so much for the kind words and supporting the series up until this point. But I was also going to say, I have not even seen you guys. We haven't gotten the future now, so I don't know what you guys have been saying about the previous episodes. Anyways.
You lent me this, remember?
I recall giving it to you.
And this is fitting, since it could possibly be 5 years since he gave it to her.
It is a noble's duty to give to the common folk. In return, the commoner need only pay respect.
That's nice. You left out the part where the nobles take all the stuff the regular folks make?
Yes, the common folk give the fruits of their labor, willingly, I might add, as a token of that respect. The head of San village offers his tribute in exactly that spirit, you know.
Really? So her village is San village?
San? That's my village.
Yeah.
You knew?
I thought that was impressive. And Leonie has 4 with him. Does that mean... Well, we'll see.
Of course. We granted exclusive hunting rights to San, and forbade outsiders from poaching. In fact, when we received complaints about just that, we hired mercenaries to deal with the issue.
Gerald?
So that's what brought Gerald.
Wow. Huh, who knew?
What was that?
Well, he did.
Nothing. Look, just take the handkerchief. I'm returning something I borrowed from a friend.
Very well. As your friend, I will accept it.
You know, I really wish you wouldn't think of nobles as always giving and commoners as only receiving.
That's fair.
Friends help each other, without thinking about status. And that help goes both ways.
Quite so. And when I require the aid of a friend, I assure you I will happily recognize it.
So in this one, they keep emphasizing the friend word, so...
But only with friends. In the main, I must continue to refuse assistance from the common folk. For a noble to accept would be disgraceful.
Huh. I always thought he was just stuck up. Turns out, he just has this grand idea of nobility he's trying to live up to.
Yeah. That he
No, I didn't even give him the handkerchief.
does. You didn't? Well, I will be interesting to see how that develops. It's one of the... Lorenz doesn't... Well, he has... Actually, he has 4 with all 4 of them. Interesting. Very interesting. Oh, right. We were continuing Leonie's. She also has forward Ignatz. Well, this is... Oh, shoot. I probably should have waited.
Writing to your sister again?
I probably should have waited for this one.
You bet. Gotta reply to these things as soon as they come in.
You had one last week, too. It's great to see you're both so good about staying in touch. It's especially important when there's a war going on.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me. My sister wrote to say how much she loved the painting supplies you sent.
Good. I'm glad gathering those pigments paid off.
You even made her a brush. I really appreciate you doing all that for her.
I was fascinated with painting at that age.
Really? We have one with Ignatz after this, right?
I was a pretty artistic kid.
Real?
I can believe it. Not a lot of time for it when you're hungry, though.
Sounds like you had a pretty tough time growing up too, huh?
I guess so. We never thought of it that way. But it's true the children in my village don't usually get to choose their futures. Any one of us could have had the talent for artistic genius and never even noticed.
Oh, we gotta see them, her support with Ignatz then.
I was one of the lucky ones. I only got to follow my passion thanks to my father and all the other folks. That's why, once I come into my own, the first thing I'll do is head back there and help the other kids.
Well, that's a nice thing to do.
Oh, wow. It's like all the kids in your village are counting on you.
No need to exaggerate it. Besides, it's not like I'm unique. You're working hard for your sister's future, aren't you?
Yeah. It's like me and you are both carrying big weights. We should try sharing the weight with each other. You know, lighten both of our loads.
Huh?
If we share our problems, then we only gotta carry half the weight, right? It works out for everybody.
Now that doesn't seem so... I could get the implication, but that seems like a normal friend thing to say.
It's probably a good thing you didn't try to take on your family's business. If you take half of my burden and I take half of yours, the total's still the same.
Nah, that doesn't sound right. Everything's lighter when you don't gotta carry it alone.
On second thought, you might be right. With the right attitude and the right partner to share the burden, maybe it is only half the weight.
Now you're getting it. It's a waste of energy to struggle alone when there's someone who can help you.
Like, even if this is Leonie's taking it this way, I don't think Raphael's taking it that way at all.
That's true. And I do hate waste, as you well know. So when it comes to working toward the future you're after, you know I won't fall short.
Great! And you should never fall short on sharing a big meal with me, too.
Deal.
That seemed completely platonic. Alright. I was kind of hoping we had some of those. Alright, well then now we get to see this one.
Ah, Leonie. Off to train?
Already done. What about you? Off to draw?
No, I'm on my way back. I was thinking of adding a little color to my latest piece, so...
Come to think of it, I've still never seen your work. Here, let me take a peek.
It doesn't work like that. You have to let me know in advance.
Really?
Time to prepare.
Really?
Lighten up. Wow, look at all that paper. Are these all drawings? What should I look at first?
Wherever we travel, I try to capture the feeling and character of the landscape. I guess they've all kind of piled up. Each place is unique. Not just the geography, but also the clothing and architecture and so on. Everywhere has its own design sensibilities.
Which is the crime of if Edelgard takes over, everything will be unified.
Yeah, you'd think there'd be only one way to do stuff like engraving, but it actually varies a lot.
Just within the Alliance, the styles are quite different between the North and South, and the Empire is even more diverse.
Oh, really? Well, maybe I might take that back.
Oh, here's a landscape. What a bright blue sky. You really make it seem alive.
The blue of the sky changes with the season too. In the summer, it's darker, and yet in the winter, it's almost luminous.
Huh.
And, of course, the landscape below affects the sky's appearance by virtue of contrast. It's hard to get the color just right, so I spend a lot of time experimenting with pigments and... Oh no. I'm so sorry. I've been talking your ear off.
Nah, contrary to what you might think, I think she actually knows quite a lot about that.
Listen, Ignatz, you need to become a painter.
Huh?
Don't say it's not useful. Your talent moves people. Someday, I'm sure your art will save someone's life.
Oh no, I wouldn't go nearly that far.
That's quite a statement.
Remember that girl you told me about? You made her so happy, and you were only just starting out. Think about what you could do now that you've had so much practice. This is your calling.
You think so?
Yeah, it's something you can do that no one else can.
True.
I envy you. I wish I had a gift like that. So stop apologizing for your talent and just do it.
Thank you, Leonie. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a lot to think about.
Though from what he told me, he's already made up his mind. So we'll see what he says. Oh, yeah, that's it. So then, oh, shoot. We got 2 A ranks, is that it? That's it. And funny enough, I think I'll start with this one.
Hilda? I wanted to thank you for helping me in the infirmary.
Marianne, that was like years ago.
I brought you these pastries.
Ooh, thanks. I'll put some tea on. Have a seat.
That sounds lovely. But I also wanted to apologize for always causing you such trouble.
It's no trouble. No trouble at all. Everything tastes better with friends, don't you think? I give you help, you give me sweets, we have a little tea party. It's a good arrangement, I'd say. I'm used to it now, so if it changed suddenly, I would feel disoriented.
Well, that's interesting for Hilda to say.
I suppose if you're enjoying yourself, then it can't be that bad.
Sure. You don't seem to mind listening while I gab, so I'm enjoying myself plenty.
Yeah, she's good at that, I think.
But do let me know if I'm too boring.
That's also not something I expect her to say.
No, you're not boring at all. In fact, you're, very good at talking. You're also good with your hands. You can clean and organize better than almost anyone. I envy you.
If only she'd apply herself more.
Oh, stop. I'm blushing. I'm not as great as all that. We're both a lot different on the inside than we look on the outside, don't you think?
How do you mean?
People who see you think you're so proper, but you're actually clumsy.
Well, daggone!
That's why I help you, because there are some things you just can't do.
I'm sorry you always have to clean up after me.
I didn't say I hated it. In fact, you've taught me a few new techniques I can use to persuade people.
Well, at least she's being honest.
Maybe I'll start imitating you a little bit. I'll do the Marianne.
Oh, no! I know what she means!
That sheepish, sorry, and those wavering, downcast eyes.
I wish you guys could see my face right now. I had the strangest look when she said that. Yo, we need to stop this!
But that might not work as well for me. People would probably assume that I'd hit my head.
Yeah, that's probably true. Well, if they know you.
Oh, well.
Aw,
Oops.
Marianne laughing at me. So rude and yet so adorable.
I think it goes both ways!
I'm so sorry. I just can't help it. When I imagine you doing those things,
Yeah, she's definitely grown.
Yeah. It's rather un-Hilda-like, I'll admit. Okay, that's enough laughing.
I'm so sorry.
They hear her this happy, it makes it all worth it.
Hey, are you alright? That tea's hot, Marianne. Be careful.
Yes. Oh, ouch, hot.
Come on, what did I just say?
I know, I'm sorry. Ow, hot.
Oh boy, a real steady hand, that Marianne. It's nice to see her laugh. Sure, she was laughing at me, but how can I get mad when she looks so dang cute?
So interesting. Seems like they have a really good friendship. In fact, I think that's the only one you could possibly solidify as a friendship. Interesting. Right. Because the others could possibly... I'm telling you, Ignatz, I need to see what that one's like. But... which he's almost finished off his A rank. Well, no. Leonie doesn't have one either. Alright. Well, this has a different song. What's going on?
Oh, Lysithea. Something I can do for you?
Where's the usual song?
Can you help me out with my shopping?
Yes, of course. You need me to carry stuff?
Actually, can you pick up some tea for me? I'd do it, but I'm drowning in work.
You're so busy you can't go shopping. Okay. Do you have a favorite kind of tea?
Where's my camera button?
I'm not too picky.
Darn it!
I just like having it around, really.
Please, why couldn't you just tell me? That made life so much easier.
Whatever's cheapest works for me. Here's some money.
One question. Why me? You don't really need my help for this.
I just thought I could lean on you a bit. You know, rather than trying to do everything on my own.
Interesting, because that's... I got her last two support, she ended up roasting him.
Right, I see. Well, good. I'm glad you decided to approach me. But for this particular task, you might be better off doing it yourself.
That is true.
Oh?
There are so many different kinds of tea, and I'm not very discerning. What if I get you one you don't like?
Ignatz, I would beg to differ on that based on your conversation with Lorenz.
When I do my own shopping, I pick a tea at random. Otherwise, I'd be paralyzed by all the choices.
Huh. Oh, well, when you do your own, okay.
It's the same with food. Sometimes I stare and stare at the options and never decide.
That makes sense. You need I'm like that too, actually. Like, I need a goal. Like, let me focus in on something.
You look like you were doing just fine when you went to get groceries the other day.
I really had to push myself to do that alone. I don't think I can do that again. Sorry.
Oh, not saying I can't get groceries, but you know, decisions are annoying.
Uh-huh. So, you've stopped trying to do things on your own, then?
Yeah. Still, though. For today, how about you have some of my tea? If that'll do.
Sounds nice, sure. Do you mind brewing mine while you're at it?
Okay. Though I can't do it as skillfully as Lawrence, I'm afraid.
I gotta remember. Lawrence, dadgummit, why? I'm gonna get it one of these days.
I'll get it ready right away. Feel free to start focusing on your work. What?
I mean, you seem plenty reliable to me.
I do. Really? How so?
You're fun, you're easy to be around, and you rarely complain when you help others.
Well, I'm just pouring you some tea. I'm not sure that qualifies as help.
Well, it does to her.
It's not easy for me to rely on people, but with you, it's different.
Well, there aren't many things I can do, frankly. What I can do, I will do. So if you need anything, ask me, and I'll try to help.
You really are unreliable, as it turns out. Guess I'll just have to take your word for it.
That was also platonic. Huh. Alright, so it looks like we might have... I'm gonna have to analyze all of the endings. That's definitely gonna be an interesting question today, but alright. Let's see.
Welcome.
No,
Come back
I've
soon.
I've prepared long enough. I'm ready to... yeah. End the day. Right? Right. So what is...
Everyone, listen up. I have a proposal.
Yeah, it's been so long since we started this. Well, for me. What are we even doing now, Claude?
We are now building our forces in order to rise up against the Imperial Army.
Okay, please tell me we're going to talk to Dimitri and the boys?
But it wouldn't be smart for us to fight under the banner of the Alliance. That would only incite the lords who support the Empire. We've also combined forces with the Knights of Seros. Therefore, I suggest that we operate under a new symbol.
Under me?
That's why I've prepared this.
Not that I'm trying to be conceited, but that was his goal.
You may recognize it as the Crest of Flame,
Yeah.
which resides in Teach, the phantom crest that has reappeared after more than 1,000 years.
Though Edelgard does have that same crest. I never spoke about... Alright, it's time to speak about the crests. I can't do it now. I'll speak about or Edelgard's possibly. No, I can't do it now. It would take too long. I'll wait till... Let me just say it, alright? They said they used... I got an idea from Mitch. Mitch said that he thought we haven't seen where my orb is that goes in my sword. Quite possibly, it's likely that Edelgard or the Empire would have it. If the Alliance doesn't have it, sorry. I know the Alliance probably doesn't have it. Claude would have found it by now, I think. And I don't think Dimitri and... Most likely Edelgard has it, and Mitch thought that it was possibly inside Edelgard. And I was reminded of Kranya.
The time is finally come to unleash the forbidden spell of Zaharas upon our enemies!
I didn't speak on it, but I watched that scene, obviously, that episode 55 so many times, and I noticed that wasn't a heart that came out of her. It was, well, most likely some type of crest stone. After all, that's how the beasts are being created. Which makes me wonder, if they said they used the defiled god's blood to create Edelgard, potentially maybe it's the fact that the crest stones are literally blood-based. I mean, they're red, and they almost seem, the weapons almost seem alive. And maybe it involves some sort of sacrifices. I say that because Kranya, what we do know about her, she was obsessed with killing. Maybe that was an effect of her crest stone. It gets more powerful the more sacrifices it has, or something like that. But that wasn't what I meant to talk about crests. I'll speak about the crests when we have the menu open, but anyways.
We're attempting our own miracle, so it seems like a suitable symbol for us.
Sorry to speak so long, but I wanted to get that out. Not prolong it 2 more episodes.
So, until we welcome the dawn of a new age in Fodlan, let's fight to the very end as one, under the symbol of the crest of flames.
And are the soldiers literally there, like holding it up for their leader? Yep, I'm guessing so.
Impressive, Claude. Forget restoring the monastery. You've somehow roped everyone into fighting back against the Empire.
If you recall, I never technically asked anyone to join us. If anything, we have Teach's achievements to thank.
Well, I appreciate the praise.
Now that you mention it, I guess I should express my gratitude. Hey, friend. So this is where you've been.
Why am I here again?
Without you, the Knights never would have joined our cause. I can never pay you back for that.
Well, you can try. No, it's no need. You're welcome.
Just leave it to me, Teach. When this fight is over, I plan to see all of my dreams come to fruition. And yours as well.
And that's what makes me wonder, are we not gonna deal with Almyra? Like, I thought that would be a part of... Like, Claude makes it seem like once Edelgard is taken care of, then he'll take care of Almyra. Oh yeah, tell me!
Well, for example, to bust open Fodlan's throat.
Interesting.
There's a massive fortress there, which is responsible for protecting the eastern border of the Alliance.
Yeah?
I like to think of it as a lid on a bottle. The people of Fodlan only know a small part of the world. Their prejudices are born because they don't know what lies beyond their borders. And the opposite is true too. Those outside of Fodlan don't know about this place. Ignorance breeds discrimination.
How big is Almyra?
Whether you look inside the bottle or outside of it, if you really look, all you'll find are people who you can get along with if you only try. That's why I want to bust open that lid, which is keeping us locked inside, or destroy the bottle entirely.
I like that idea. Oh yeah.
I'll find the right time to bring it up.
Yeah.
Even if I talked about it now, it doesn't seem realistic, does it?
It's probably best to wait on that. I mean, that's not our main goal right now. Focus on one problem at a time.
First, we need to defeat the Empire and restore peace to... Huh?
Professor, Claude, we're under attack.
Of course we... Wait, by who?
I guess we'll have to cut our conversation short. What's going on, Leone?
And now it's time for the question of the day. And for this one, I'm going to ask you all, whose name do you think is the hardest to pronounce in the game? That we know so far, if I have to add that, you know. If I haven't heard their name before, then let's not say it. So please post your thoughts down in the comments below. And if you have any question of the day suggestions, I would be grateful because they're getting hard to do now. So, and I will see you all next time.